What is going on, everybody? FJC here, back with another Spectre Divide video, and today's video is going to be a little different than what I've typically been uploading as of recently. And obviously by the video's title, you can probably tell what I'm going to be talking about today. If you guys are active within the Spectre Divide community and actively keeping up with the game on Twitch, it's no secret that majority of people who go into Twitch chats will talk about some way, shape, or form how the game is dying or it's already dead. And the whole reason why I wanted to make a dedicated video about this is because of my track record with dying games and the potential that I do see in Spectre Divide. If you guys are relatively new to the channel, then you probably won't know about my Battlebit Remastered content, but Battlebit Remastered was a game that came out last year, June of 2023 on Steam, and had one of the best Steam launches ever. Battlebit Remastered's all-time peak was 86,000 players, and now the game is at a whopping 2,500 players, and that's because of the developers themselves. There's really nobody else to blame for the downfall of Battlebit Remastered other than the devs. They promised an update that has still not come out yet, that was promised in April of 2024, and we're now almost into the new year. The whole reason why I'm mentioning this though is because I want to stress how hard Mountaintop is actually working to please the game's community. Mountaintop has been extremely consistent with keeping the game's community up to date with posting when updates are going to come out, actively posting their patch notes as soon as an update drops, so that way we can instantly get a look at what has been changed. They also go over highlighting the main changes of the update. And as well, they're genuinely listening to the game's community on what they personally think needs to be fixed, and they're making the right changes. One of the main points that I've seen specifically in my Twitch chat is that the game's player base is very low, only averaging around 5,000 to 6,000 players, which definitely isn't a bad point to make at all, but we do have to remember that this game is only on Steam, number one, and number two, it's only been out for a month. And that's why when I see the game's dying or the game's dead, it genuinely gets on my nerves at this point, especially when somebody says that the game is dead. The last time I checked, a dead game means that I launch the game, try to find a game, and I either only find one lobby for every 20 to 30 minutes, or I don't find a lobby at all. And when people say that the game is dying, I can understand where they're coming from because there has been a player base loss since the initial release of the game till now, but that is expected with any FPS or any game in general when it releases. There's always going to be player base loss, but because this game is a much smaller game in general, it is much easier to notice that player base loss. I personally believe that Spectre Divide has the potential to be one of the biggest FPSs on the market, and especially in the tactical shooter genre. I definitely think it does enough to differentiate itself from its biggest competitors, Counter-Strike and Valorant, which is something else that I see commonly in majority of Spectre Divide Twitch chats, talking about how this game is just Valorant and you should just go play Valorant instead. In my personal opinion, the only similarities that Spectre Divide has to Valorant is the fact that there are skills in the game. As well, you can say that the art style is pretty similar to Valorant, but I honestly think it leans towards more of the Borderlands art style than it does even Valorant. Another thing to mention is that Spectre Divide is a 3v3 with a duality feature, meaning that you get 2 lives, so another character that you can control. And the last time I checked in Valorant, it's a 5v5, and you don't have that ability at all. Sure, in Valorant, you have Phoenix's ultimate ability, which gives you an extra life, but it's not a core mechanic of the game, and the maps aren't designed around that. When people come into my chat and personally say, hey, I tried Spectre Divide and it's just not the game for me, I prefer Counter-Strike and Valorant, I can completely understand that because they definitely gave the game a shot. And to anyone who hasn't played Spectre Divide and is curious about the game, the one thing that I can personally tell you is the game is completely free, so it's gonna cost you only your time. You try the game out. If you don't like it, at least you know that you tried it. That's just my personal opinion, because the amount of people who have come into not only my Twitch chat, but other streamers' Twitch chats who stream Spectre Divide and have said, oh yeah, I haven't tried out the game, but it looks like trash, I don't value your opinion at all. I personally have a lot of faith in Spectre Divide, and 90% of the people who do play Spectre Divide consistently also have faith in the game. The game is relatively new, and Considering how small the development team is and how polished the game is at its current state, I think is a great foundation to build off of. A lot of people have also asked me in chat when season 1 will be dropping, and a lot of people talk about a battle pass or a career for the game, which Mountaintop has already confirmed season 1 for the game, but it will be coming within a month or two, which I can personally wait for, and I know others who really love the game can. I can understand why people want to see a battle pass so quickly in the game, because it does give them something to grind. In my personal opinion, I'd rather a much more polished and finished product than cosmetics in a game. Do me a favor, guys, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions on what I had to say in this video and on Spectre Divide as a whole. I do not plan to stop streaming or playing this game as long as the servers are alive and as long as it has a somewhat stable player base. Obviously, there comes a point in time where it's clear that the game is completely dead and there's no point in playing it. It's a waste of time. But at the current state of the game, there's still people playing ranked. There's still people playing casual. Yes, the queues can be a little longer than people want and expect, but at the end of the day, I'd much rather have the queues be a little longer, have them polish out the game, then when season 1 drops, they can really focus on the cosmetics because the core mechanics of the game are ironed out. Before I get on out of here though, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, do me a favor, subscribe, hit that bell icon to turn on post notifications to stay notified with the channel's uploads. Do me a favor as well, drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and if you didn't, go ahead and drop a dislike. It's still support at the end of the day. Make sure you guys are following my Twitch channel. I have been streaming Spectre Divide practically 7 days a week, and the streams have been going insane as I've been the #1 streamer on Spectre Divide for multiple days in a row now, so I can't thank you guys enough for that. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Much love.